are the nature of formation of a company in Malaysia, which are the type of company, separated property and limited liability. Companies can be classified as limited and unlimited liability company and public and private companies. Based on Section 10(1), SCA 2060 state that a company may be incorporated by three categories. First is a company limited by shares, second a company limited by guarantee, and third is an unlimited company. To differentiate an unlimited company from the others, Section 25(1) CA 2060 provides that the name of an unlimited company shall end with the word sendirian or the word SDN. A company can also be classified as either a private or a public company. Under a CA 2060, a private company is required to have the 6 characteristics, and the 3 of it is a company limited by share, it has not more than 50 shareholders, and it restricts the transfer of its share. Other than that, in Section 25(1) mandates that the name of a private company should end with sendirian berhad or the word SDNBHD.
Hi, my name is Aliah binti Kamarudin and my number matric is H1A2294. Okay, I will explain the content about the nature of the company formation of a company in Malaysia, that is separate property. So, a company is a legal person and wholly distinct from its members, capable of owning, enjoying, and disposing of property in its own name. The partners need to identify which assets are considered partnership property and which are not, especially private property brought into the business. So, the represent is the company itself in which all its property is vested and by which it is controlled, managed, and disposed of. Therefore, the nature of the company should be that it has separate property from its members. According to Section 220 of the Companies Act 2013, company means any company that uses the said act or under any previous company law. If the company is registered, it automatically becomes a legal entity recognized by law. Next, the case of Becha F. Guzdar versus Commissioner of Income Tax Bombay, 1955, ASC 740, the court ruled that although the income of the tea company is entitled to be exempted from tax but cannot be considered as agricultural income for the purpose of income tax interpretation. In the view of the Supreme Court, it is given certain right by law. For example, his duty is to receive notice or attend or vote at shareholders' meetings. Therefore, a company needs to have a legal person and completely different from its members that is capable of owning, enjoying, and disposing of property in its own name. That's all from me, and I will pause next presenter.
My name is MARDIANA NATASHA binti ARBAIN. You guys can call me Mard. My matric number is H21B2842. I want to continue about it with point number 2, limited liability. First of all, a law that provide limited liability to business owner for the company's debt and obligation. In the case of a company limited by shares, the liability of the members is limited to the nominal value of shares held by them. However, a company may be set up with unlimited liability or members may guarantee a certain amount. Last but not least, the shareholder is responsible for paying the outstanding balance on the share he holds when called upon to pay.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is NURUL SHAFIEKAH binti Mak Saleh. My number matric is H21A3047. So for today, I would like to present about the procedure of the formation of a company in Malaysia. So as we know, if we want to to open a company in Malaysia, we need to register with a legal formations. So, registering a business is necessary to show that the firm is a final, legal and also legally recognized in order to carry out a contracts with banks, to government agency and also non-government organizations. So, we are so familiar with the SSM word. So, the SSM is a term of a Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia, which is translates to the Malaysian Companies Commission. So this organization was founded on April 2002. It's a function for a regulating organization and is in charge of a company registration in Malaysia. So for requirement for a company formations, those ones to incorporate a corporation can do it under the Companies Act of 2016. So there are basic requirement, which is two types of basic requirement. Firstly is a private corporations with at least one director based in Malaysia and one company member or shareholder. So the second one is a public corporations, at least two director primary with a primary residency in Malaysia, as well as one company member, which is a shareholder. So for the last part is a company registration requirement. So there are three company registration requirement. Firstly is a registered business must follow in section 2, which is definition of a business of the Business Registration Act of 1956 and the Business Registration Rules of 1957. Secondly is the business owner must a citizens or a permanent resident of Malaysian, and must be a minimum of 18 years old and above. So the last one is the operation must take place in a peninsular Malaysia and also a federal territory of Labuan. So that's all from me. So we will move to the next part from my friends. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is AKMA NADHIRAH binti Makna. My metric number is H2182907. I will explain about the procedure of company registration. There are two methods of company registration, which is our online method and offline method registration. For online method registration is we need to understand several important part of the EasyBiz portal. Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia SSM provide an online business registration site. For starters, they must create an EasyBiz user account. Following that, they must visit the SSM office to get the account one-time activation. Once their EasyBiz account is active, just follow the step to complete their company online registration. Next is, for online registration, they must submit 3 potential business name for their company. Only one of these identities would be accepted for the business. That's all. Thank you.